Alright, so we just learned about the imaginary number I, and complex numbers are any expressions that involve the number I. And though it's not actually a number and not a variable, when we're working with I, we work with it the same way we work with variables when we're adding and subtracting expressions or multiplying them. So let's take a look at this first expression that we're going to simplify. 4 minus 7i plus 2 plus 5i. Now we really don't even need the parentheses anywhere in this expression. There's nothing in front of the first set of parentheses, and a plus sign in front of the second set just doesn't do anything to what's inside. So what we're going to just do is add like terms. The 4 and the 2 can be added together to make the 6, and the minus 7i, notice how I said that, and plus 5i, negative 7 and positive 5 make negative 2, or subtract 2i. So this is how we simplify the expression involving I. Let's take a look at the next one though. This one's more complicated because in front of the second pair of parentheses we have a subtraction sign. And what that will do is make everything inside turn opposite. Now the first set of parentheses we can just remove because there's nothing in front of them. So we'll have 8 minus I. Now subtract a negative 2 is the same as add 2. Opposite of negative, or add. Now subtract a positive 3i will be subtract 3i. So everybody turns to their opposite inside the parentheses. Minus 2 becomes plus 2, plus 3i becomes minus 3i because of the minus sign out front. Alright, how does that end up equaling 10 minus 4i? Well, let's take a look. The 8, which is positive, and the positive 2 make the 10. And remember, any bare naked variable or a bare naked I can have a 1 in front of it. And so we have minus 1i and minus 3i. Negative 1 and negative 3 make negative 4i, or subtract 4i. So these two like terms, again, give us minus 4i. Alright, let's take a look at the last one. In this example, we're multiplying. And we can tell because there's nothing in between the two pair of parentheses. So when there's no operations such as subtraction or addition in between, it means multiply. And if you remember FOIL, I'm going to rewrite it down here so we can see our FOIL arrows, or the box if you like to use the box method, and I can show you that in the next video. But remember what we do? Every number in the first set of parentheses wants to get multiplied by every number in the second set of parentheses. So we have all this multiplication going on. We should end up, whoops, I've done the same one twice here. But we should end up getting 8 terms. So let's see how that's done. The 4 times the 2 gives me the 8. Alright, so check, 4 times 2. The 4 times the plus 5i, that's the one I forgot to draw an arrow to. 4 times the plus 5i, 4 times 5 is 20i, they're both positive, and this is where the 20i comes from here. Alright, now we're on minus 7i times 2, so these two. Minus 7i times 2 is minus 14i. And finally, minus 7i times plus 5i is minus 35i squared. Alright, now we need to simplify this expression by combining any like terms. Let's look at the I terms first. We've got a plus 20i and a minus 14i. They are like terms. Same, not variable, but they both have I to the same power, and so I can put their coefficients together by doing 20 subtract 14, and I get 6i. So these two terms became 6i. Now let's look at minus 35i squared. Why is there a negative 1 here? Where did that come from? Well, remember, I squared equals negative 1. I squared equals negative 1. So we replace I squared with negative 1 in a pocket, in a pair of parentheses. Alright, my last step will be to combine any other like terms. And since this is 8 plus 35, this piece here will be minus 35 times negative 1, which will be positive 35. 8 and 35 make 43, and 6i doesn't have anyone else to be combined with. Alright, in the next video I'll show you how to do this same problem with the box method.